I'm back. Alright apes, we are back with another video, and in this video we're going to look at AMC, APE, and GME. We're going to look at the technical analysis for those three stocks, the fundamental data, analyze all of that, and I'm going to give you price predictions as well. And remember, not that we want people hurting, but if the right bank falls, the right domino falls, we will see margin calls, which will send AMC, GME to the moon. And the improving fundamentals are making shorts nervous. So let's go ahead and check out the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. Alright guys, welcome back to another video of Data Zero. So in this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, APE, and GME. We're going to be looking at those three stocks, the fundamentals, and the technical analysis, and giving price predictions for next week. So next week, I am thinking that this consolidation that we've seen throughout this week will pay off. So next week, we should have bullish action on Monday or Tuesday. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands are getting very, very tight on 2-hour time frame. So if we see the 2-hour time frame, Bollinger Bands getting very, very tight. Last time we had the Bollinger Bands get this tight and we were above the blue line. As you guys can see, we had a nice pop to the upside. So now we get Bollinger Bands. They're consolidating above the blue line, medium line, popped it upside. We also have this overall micro, which means small, uptrending, sloping support. So this is acting as support, and all of this accumulation that you've seen this week is going to be people buying shares, buying shares, buying shares. So when we get that pop to the upside, it is going to be a spring. So this is kind of like the Wyckoff theory. Whenever you see people accumulating shares in one price zone, know that there is going to be a movement to the upside where people can then take profits. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC, and of course we have the overall bigger picture, and of course when you look at the bigger picture of the technical analysis and the overall macroeconomic fundamental picture, as in we see banks failing, such as Credit Suisse, which holds massive amounts of AMC short positions. There also are a massive amount of banks that have billions and trillions of dollars in debt because of derivatives. In the derivatives market, there are so many reasons why the bank could fail and collapse. And if the right piece falls, if the right domino falls, if the market crashes far enough, if liquidity dries up enough, it will cause a short squeeze. And that is just basic economics of how the stock market works. And especially with short interest of 24.64% on AMC. If we go ahead and look at the GME short interest, we can go ahead and put that up right now. So type in GME and then short interest, and we can go ahead and pull that up for you guys. And this is the official Fintel GameStop short interest. It is at 21.96%. So guys, we are seeing GME short interest starting to slowly increase as we've seen them try to short GameStop down, as we have improving fundamentals for GameStop and for AMC, which is destroying the short thesis and showing that there is no reason to short this stock. And I think some massive moves are on the horizon for GameStop, GME, and APE. And if you guys look at GameStop technical analysis, if you guys go ahead and check out the weekly chart, we do have the Bollinger Bands constricting. And last time we had the Bollinger Bands constricting like we do now, we had a giant pop to the upside. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands squeeze very, very tight, giant move to the upside. And anytime the Bollinger Bands constrict, that is indicative of a big movement coming, especially on the bigger time frames. And if we look at the weekly MACD, it is a bullish candle for the weekly MACD. So things are looking extremely bullish for GameStop. If GameStop can get above the price points of $28 to $30, I expect things to get possibly parabolic for GME. They want to keep this stock under $28 to $30. $3. And we also had this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful falling wedge breakout on GameStop. So we had this overall profit taking cycle after this nice move to the upside. So we had this accumulation, people buying shares, buying shares, buying shares. We had the overall earnings call pop us to the upside. Then people that were in profits a lot took profits, took profits, took profits. And now we have this overall pop to the upside after the falling wedge breakout. And I am expecting GME to come up and test this $27 to $28 region next week. So as far as highs for GameStop next week, I'm thinking it's going to close around the $25 level, but I'm thinking we can get as high as $28 to $30. Now again, if we get above the $28 to $30 range next week, we could see again parabolic action. So my price range for GME for closing next week, as far as now price prediction, is $25. I think we'll close around the $25 range for GME. And as far as AMC is concerned, I think we will close around the $5.50 range for AMC. But if we can get above the $5 to $6 range, you could expect nice price action to the upside, parabolic action if we can get above the $8 to $12 range. And if you guys remember last week's price action, you guys can see that we had nice price action once we got above $5 to $6, which is a crucial level that shorts try to keep us under. If we look, they had zero shares available to borrow as of recently on AMC. We can go ahead and refresh that right now to see what the recent time is as of time of recording. And as you guys can see, zero shares available to borrow. And that is because the cost of borrow rate is going up. Cost of borrow is very, very bullish going up. It makes it harder for them to open up new short positions, which makes it harder to put them short pressure on, which causes move like this. So what they do is get shares available to short, and then they short it down, short it down, short it down. Well, what happens when the cost of borrow is up? It makes it harder for them to do that because it costs more to open up new short positions, and it also puts pressure on the current short positions because it makes the yearly amount that they have to pay go up, and it costs apes nothing to hold AMC longs, and that's why it is very, very bullish. And I just want apes to know that if you guys want to affect price action, buy shares. Call options do not make the price move. Buy shares. That is just a little tidbit, not financial advice. Let's go ahead and look at APE and see what APE is doing for the technical analysis. So as you guys can see, APE is breaking out of this falling wedge. We have this overall uptrend pattern still holding this overall micro, which means small uptrend holding, and we have the breakout of this falling wedge, which has been an overall downtrend for quite some time. If we go ahead and put this on the daily time frame, you guys can see that this was several candles daily to the downside. Now we have the Bollinger Bands constricting very, very tight on the daily time frame, and if you look at the MACD, bullish momentum is starting to cross over as we are getting the bullish cross on the daily time frame for the MACD. It's about 1 or 2 more days until we get the daily cross and get our first green candle. Now because of this falling wedge and this overall higher high setup, and now it's a higher low setup, I am thinking that APE is going to test the high of $3.36. Now this would have to happen before the reverse split or before it is converted. Obviously, if it is converted, it will be converted, and that will negate this price action that I'm telling you now. But this is a several day time period move, but this falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern, which means this uptrend is going to continue to the upside, retesting this high of $3.36. Not financial advice for APE, but that will be happening in my personal opinion, and you can back that up because we have this bullish indication. As you guys can see, Bollinger Band's getting very, very tight. We're going to have a nice pop to the upside here coming. Bullish momentum going because we're getting the bullish cross on the MACD. Our side was oversold, so we got that nice bounce around this $1.20 level, which was a great buy for anyone at $1.27 or $1.20 is now in profit. So things are looking extremely bullish for APE in my personal opinion. I'm thinking APE is going to close next week around the $1.50 range, $1.60 range, maybe even $2 if we can get above the $1.75 range, that crucial $1.60, $1.75 support and resistance. I think we can get all the way up to the $2 range for APE. So that is what I'm looking at for APE as far as technical analysis. And guys, you have to remember that APE is a very risky stock because it is very manipulated as far as AMC as well and GME. There's a lot of manipulation, but if you can get past all that, if you can hold, if you can diamond hand, this thing could have great rewards in the end, not financial advice. So let's go ahead and look at the OBV. This is the on balance volume. So let's go ahead and type that in. OBV indicator. We can go ahead and put that on. And this will give you a brief indication of what it is. But basically, I'm going to tell you what it does is show crowd sentiment and crowd volume. So what this is doing is on balance volume shows is a technical indicator showing momentum using volume changing to make price indications. OBV shows crowd sentiment that predicts bullish or bearish outcomes. So normally for OBV, when you see this on a stock, if you were to put this on another stock and you see a stock go down like this, you would see the OBV go down. But ever since this large pop to the upside, AMC's OBV has been pinned to the upside and has been slowly trending upwards ever since a drop down here around, let's see, around uh, looks like January 2022, February 2022. Ever since a bottom in around that region, we have been slowly trending to the upside, and the OBV is still pinned about the same region that we've seen this large movement to the upside to all-time highs. What is that telling me? That the true price for AMC is around the all-time high level, if not higher. And not only that, it shows me that apes have not been selling. People have been piling into the stock, and there was so much buying pressure built up, so many FTDs, so much short interest that this thing is literally a powder keg ready to explode if the right bank falls, if the right margin call comes, if the right domino falls. AMC, GME could explode, and with the fundamentals improving, it makes the shorts very, very nervous, very desperate, because it shows that the companies are not dying, they're not going anywhere, and they are going to be in trouble because the short thesis is destroyed. And if you look, AMC has a ton of FTDs. All of these things have to come home to roost. T plus 35 closeout date. As you guys can see, all this month we have shares that have to be purchased out of the open market. All of these things are very, very, very bullish. So always look at the data, never look at the emotions. Always be data focused, and that way you guys can know that you are on the right path. So OBV shows us that the true price is around all-time highs. Apes are not selling, so when you see this down movement, that is manipulation. FTDs are showing us that there is manipulation and fake shares, synthetic shares, naked shorting. Short interest shows us that there's plenty of room for a short squeeze. This play is nowhere near over, and these are the facts. Stocks can squeeze off of 8 to 10 short interest, and we have 24% short interest on AMC and 21% short interest in GME. So guys, that is the video. Make sure you tune in later for my other updates. I will be dropping more long form updates, short form updates, and I drop more updates on Discord and Twitter. So if you find any of that interesting, go ahead and check that out. They'll be linked down below. But as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter, Discord, and more to ask me questions. Anything else, it's all good. And remember guys, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.